Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Janet, how are you? Brian, how are you? Talladega, how are you doing? A whole ass fucking city. What's going on? So I hope everybody's having a great day today. Hopefully StreamYard will not shit out on me today. And I thought it would be interesting as we are seeing so much about climate change right now. And so much, we have talked about this before on this channel, and we've even done a live about it, I think. But I thought we should just, since today seems to be so very clear that it's a matter that we really need to make sure there's clean energy and clean oil and clean blah 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 all that stuff. Since we have so much emphasis on needing to be clean this and clean that and whatever, and carbon emissions, all that fun stuff, I thought it would be a pretty good day to take a look at how crazy, and I do mean crazy, we are to ignore the fact that being obese and obesity adds very seriously to carbon emissions. Like, here's my thing: whether you believe in man-made climate change or you don't believe in it, whether you believe that people are putting out enough carbon in through the way we raise our food, through the way we raise our crops, and through gas emissions, whether you believe that or not, that is completely up to you. However, if we do want to talk about just what carbon emissions are, if you believe those carbon emissions, which are very clear, but that's just science, that people actually, through oxygen, they breathe out carbon dioxide, and that car emissions have carbon dioxide, and we put tons of carbon, we have tons of carbon that we release through through traffic and everything like that. I mean, those are basic facts. If you want to believe that that is changing the Earth's temperature, I mean, you can look at that data. I'm not going to get into that myself. I'm not going to get into the whole science of that aspect, because that is not my forte, one. And two, I believe it's rather irrelevant, seeing as how we're completely fucking ignoring how having a fat as fuck population would add to that. Many of the same people that have a huge issue with climate change, and I think it's something that we should actually, destroy the entirety of our children's future for, by only going towards electric cars and getting rid of fossil fuels completely and all that stuff. If we were actually concerned, if we actually gave a shit about that stuff, we would also be addressing multiple different layers. Now, when we talked about the Green New Deal before, my idea of a Green New Deal, we can talk about that some later on today, because my Green New Deal does involve the use of the money crop that the fucking country was actually founded on, which is being hemp. I just don't understand. Like, we'll talk about that later, but here's the thing: I don't understand how we're actually going to get many of these people, many of these people, who want to claim that they give a shit about the planet and carbon emissions and all this shit. If that's your stance, if your stance is that I should not drive a gasoline vehicle, if I should just go buy a Tesla because that's what American people should do, literally said by the fucking transportation secretary today or yesterday. We're being led by fucking idiots. Yeah, you can't afford the gasoline at $8 a gallon, but you can go out and buy a fucking $200,000 Tesla or a $60,000 fucking all electric vehicle. Fucking morons. Fucking insanity. I think we need to discuss that many of these people are the same people that completely ignore the obesity epidemic, and how obesity does add to the burden when it comes to even the planet. So I'm going to say hi to everybody real quick. I've already said hello to Janet. Amelia, how the fuck are you doing? Kareem, hello. Finally made it to a live. Welcome. We appreciate it. If you're easily offended, you might not want to fucking stay. If you're not easily offended, hope you have a great time. Kimberly, how are you doing? Brittany T. Tiaron, Alan, when will they get there faster? They need to get there. They need to get there much faster. They need to get there fucking faster. They really do. Marie, how you doing? Teresa Gomez, what's going on? Brittany T. Marie again. Marie says, "You mean all the livestock being kept for fast food chains just to throw away the meat are a problem?" Shocker, right? Esme, morning, Dad. How the fuck you doing? Anyway, I had one. I want one. I won thoroughly with my ass. I love him to death. He's one of my very best friends. He works for us, but I don't need any more kids. So, but maybe the 68% increase in wheat prices will get these people to eat less. No, what will happen is the government will subsidize that shit. Fucking mark my words. The government already subsidizes the sugar industry by $4 billion of taxpayer money a year. Fucking insanity, right? My university degree is concentrated in biology and environmental climate change. And one of the biggest ways to reduce carbon emissions is through changing the way we eat and how we produce food. I'm not going to say it wouldn't be. I personally believe there's multiple things I believe when it comes, and we'll get to it here in a minute. But, ride a bike or walk to the grocery store. I hear you. How you doing, Marie? N8344. What's happening? Kimberly Gonzalez. What's going on? Also, hi, Elizabeth. Hi. How are you? Mrs. J the Mermaid, Fox, and Pix Key 4. Hi all. Okay, so we're 5 minutes in. I normally am going to wait for other people to go, but we've got a lot of things to go over. So one of the things I'm going to do right now is I'm going to enter this one. This is study obesity, and this is from December of, hang on a second, let me see if I can adjust this. Here we go. Oh, that's a big ass fucking belly right there. No shit. This is from December 20th of 2019. So pre-complete fucking idiocy. Anyway. The growing human population of an increasing average body size is interfering with attempts to arrest and reduce carbon emissions. The growing human population and an increasing average body size is interfering with attempts to arrest and reduce carbon emissions. A new study has suggested with obesity, the latest carbon emissions contributor to be uncovered. According to the study, which we were probably going to take a look at, published in the Journal of the Obesity Society, people with higher body mass produces more carbon dioxide, which is a product of metabolism for oxygen-consuming living organisms. Like, this is only fucking common sense. The bigger the fucking animal, the more fucking carbon dioxide they fucking breathe out. Also, the authors of the researchers said maintenance of greater body weights requires more food and drink to be produced and transported to the consumers. Similarly, transportation of heavier people is associated with increased consumption of fossil fuels. As a result, obesity is estimated to generate some 700 megatons of carbon dioxide annually, which is equal to about 1.6% of all anthropogenic carbon emissions. The study, and this was in 2019, before the great fattening of 2020. The study makes it clear that we pay a steep price for making it difficult to access care for obesity. Not only does obesity affect the health of the individuals who have it, untreated obesity might also contribute to environmental issues. And by untreated obesity, that means people continue to glutton themselves without taking self-responsibility. Untreated obesity. I understand that people want to act like it is not their fault. I get it. You guys are fucking weakness. I mean, we live in that kind of society. I understand that the very fucking weak do not want to accept that they've eaten themselves into obesity and have ineffectually made it so that they are as fragile as fucking elderly people for a cold virus. I get this. I understand. However, treating obesity, you treat your own obesity. You literally do. Even if you get gastric bypass surgery and they cut a humongous portion of your stomach out, you still need to treat your obesity by eating less calories than you are going to fucking be burning. Because in fucking reality, if you continue to eat like shit, you continue to eat fucking low quality food and with low nutrient value, you're still going to make yourself fucking sickly, likely die very fucking quickly. Like, you need to treat your obesity. You are the one responsible for putting the fucking food in your mouth and how much you move your fucking body. You are responsible for it. We need to enter this realm of reality where you, the person you are responsible for your fucking health. Like, once you make yourself sick, then the healthcare system can try to help you get better, and they kill a lot of people too. But incidentally, Coinsa Health recently carried a report and a study published in the New England Journal of Medicine that warned obesity rates in the United States are rising. No shit. By the end of 2020, the researchers said half of Americans would be obese, with severe obesity now being seen as much as 25% of the U.S. population. There is not a doubt in my mind that at the end of 2020, we were well over 50% obesity, probably closer to 51% obesity. In my mind, I cannot possibly believe we weren't. We were already on the way there, and most statistics don't understand. Like, when you hear this 42.5% number of obesity, that was numbers taken in 2017, released in 2018. We're in 2022 right now, and so basically it's 5 years later, and we had, of course, the great fattening of 2020 and 2021, where people decided that everybody's health is everybody's business, but nobody's going to take care of themselves. We're going to close gyms and parks, and we're going to fucking make it so kids can't even play basketball and all sorts of shit because that's what's best for people's health. Fucking crazy, right? We're going to go to the next study. We're going to do this. We're going to share obesity and greenhouse gas emissions. This one's kind of an interesting one. This is from April of 2021, letter from the director. Obesity and greenhouse gas emissions. This is May 3rd, 2021. In January, we celebrated 2-year anniversary of the release of the Lancet Commission on Obesity report entitled The Global Syndemic of Obesity, Undernutrition and Climate Change. The report focused on the contributions of the food and agriculture, urban design, land use, and transportation systems, and the triple duty solutions to mitigate their contribution to global syndemic. For example, the transportation sector of the U.S. generates approximately 30% of the U.S. greenhouse gas emissions, GHG. Greenhouse gas emissions. Increased GHG raises levels of Earth's mean temperature, which reduces the protein and macronutrient crops, yield, everything like that, blah, blah, blah. Let me get to where I thought was pretty fucking interesting. Well, you know what? That's not the one I was looking for. Anyway, we're going to find it. Fat people have bigger carbon footprints. I mean, this is from April 30th of 2020, and please pardon me while we fucking skip past that fucking picture because you can toss your empty soda cans in the recycle bin instead of garbage, saving energy and reducing landfills, or you can wear hemp clothes and drive hybrid cars plastered with bumper stickers requesting the salvation everything from owls to dust mites. There are lots of ways to go green, but if you really wanted to help save the earth, you'd start by dropping a few pounds. It is no secret that there are plenty of health consequences. The list of diseases associated with obesity, blah, blah, blah. I go through all that all the time. Food consumption. There's an old joke about a mother telling her son to finish his food on the plate because there are starving children in Africa. The smart Alex response got a stamp. Well, what's not a joke is that there's a finite amount of food in the world and it's a growing scarcity. Recent food riots in Haiti, Sudan, Yemen, Mexico, Egypt. That's what people don't understand. We have people starving around the fucking world. Starving around the fucking world. And we have an entire population of people here in America that are gluttoning themselves into sickness, ill health, and fucking then claiming that they're somehow discriminated against. It's massive privilege. Obesity is privilege. Obesity is privilege by itself. Just to be able to eat your way into obesity. To be able to move like you are obese, you are morbidly obese, and you still do not have to. You still have it so luxuriously, so convenient that you can still get food to support that fucking illness and make yourself even fatter. That's fucking privilege. Just get there. It's privilege. And then to bitch about it, then to bitch how society treats you for, overconsumption of resources and burdening the fucking society and all of that. To bitch about it adds on to a whole other level of privilege. Like we have made it so obesity in America is privilege. And I would sit and argue against anybody with that. Like to think that you can eat yourself into illness and then complain that people are saying you've eaten yourself into illness and we all help support your illness. To complain about that, that's privilege. Like you are privileged beyond measure, especially when you consider that there have been food riots, like people starving to death around the fucking world. Meanwhile, the United States obesity is at an all-time high. 2/3 of the adult population, this is from a while ago, 2/3 of the adult population are obese and overweight. Obesity is perhaps the ultimate symbol of resource consumption. Obesity is perhaps the ultimate symbol of resource consumption. It's visible proof that overweight people already has more than they need and take more anyway. I fucking love the author of this motherfucker. The causes of food shortage are a variety complex, but if Americans simply ate less food, there would be more for the rest of the world. By sometimes estimates, the average American consumes about 4,000 calories a day. Most Americans should consume 2,000 calories or less. The 2,000 calorie diet for most adult males right now who are sedentary as fuck and who eat crap fucking food and have poor fucking hormonal health and shit like that. The average American adult male should probably take in anywhere between 1,800 and 2,200 calories at a fucking maximum because they sit on their ass most of the fucking day. And that would produce a weight of somewhere around 165 to 180 pounds. And even then, for a lot of males with the body composition they have and the amount of muscle mass they have, that would make them indeed skinny fat because most American males are the epitome of fucking weakness right now, especially younger ones are the epitome of fucking weakness. To be fit in America is an anomaly. To actually be a person who is physically fit, like an athletic standard, is an anomaly. And that gets even worse as the age brackets go up. It really fucking does. But the average American is estimated to consume 4,000 calories a day. That's twice what they fucking need. If you're a woman, that's probably 2 to 3 times what you need. Seeing as how many women who are completely sedentary as fuck also. And this would be different if people actually moved a little bit, but if you're sedentary as fuck, you absolutely should not be fucking worrying about this shit. You absolutely should be making sure that you fucking have. Give me a second. Sorry, somebody at the door. Anyway, but we just eat, 4,000 calories is just entirely too much food. If you're, especially if you're a female, with the way hormones are for a female and body composition, how much lean mass you're going to have. If you're a 5'3" female and you eat 4,000 calories a day, there's a very fucking strong chance that you're eating probably 2,300 to 2,400 calories more than what you fucking need in a given fucking day. You're eating probably 2.5 times the amount of food you fucking need to eat in a fucking day. Overweight people create more air pollution than thin people do. It's simple physics. Extra pounds translate to extra fuel in automobiles and airplanes. Extra fuel means increased energy usage, oil drilling, and air pollution. A 2004 study by the Centers for Disease Control, otherwise known as the people that don't know what the fuck they're doing, but anyway, and prevention, found that for every 10 pounds gained by the average American, airlines burn 350 million more gallons of fuel to carry the additional weight. That's fucking insanity. So seeing as how, I believe it was last year, the airlines went from what the average weight of American male was somewhere, it used to be 180 pounds, and then they moved it to 199 pounds, or 179 pounds, and they moved it to 199 pounds. So 700 million more gallons of fuel because people got fat as fuck. The fuel spewed an estimated 3.8 million extra tons of carbon dioxide into the air. So now we're at 7.6 million extra tons of carbon dioxide into the air. As for the small hybrid car, it's a good start, but there's not too much point to buying a fuel efficient vehicle if you're going to fill the large seats with your extra large butt. Did I write this? You might as well throw a few sandbags in the trunk. Fuel efficiency drops dramatically with more weight, and the engine has to pull. The lighter you are, the less gas you burn, the more money you save. This also does not get into the fact of the transportation of the extra food that's needed to fuel the gluttony, which is what it is, fucking gluttony. And let's see here. Climate change and obesity, a PubMed study. This study is from September of 2021. Global warming and the rise of prevalence of obesity are well-described challenges in the current mankind. Most recently, the COVID-19 pandemic arose as a new challenge. We are attempting to delineate the relationship from each other's perspective. Global greenhouse gas emissions from burning of fossil fuels have exponentially increased since 1950. The main contributors to such greenhouse gas emissions are manufacturing, construction, transportation, residential, commercial, agriculture, and land use change and forestry. Combined with an increased global population growth from 1 billion to 7.8 billion in about 220 years, along with a rising obesity rate since the 1980s. The current COVID-19 pandemic has caused some decline in greenhouse gas emissions by limiting mobility globally via repetitive lockdowns, which has destroyed society almost. Following multiple lockdowns, there was further increase in obesity in the wealthier populations, malnutrition from hunger in poorer populations, and death from severe COVID-19 infection and virus variants. There's a bidirectional relationship between the adiposity and global warming. With rising atmospheric air temperatures, people typically will have less adaptive thermogenesis and become less physically active while they are producing higher carbon footprint. To reduce obesity rates, one should be willing to learn more about the environmental impact, how to minimize consumption of energy generated carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gas emissions to reduce the waste. Diets lower in meat, such as Mediterranean diet, blah, 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 blah. How about reducing your fucking body size? They always got to go for the meat. But so I'm telling you, if you eat in moderation and lower your body weight down, you'll be much better. Let's see here. Did I do this one already? I don't think I did. This one is from 2021. And two associates with the other to increase large. Where is the one I was looking for? I'm going to have to find it on my fucking Twitter, I believe. Give me a second. We're going to visit my Twitter. Oh, by the way, here's an interesting one, by the way. Just in case you haven't seen this. This is a Twitter search you can do. I think this is something neat that you guys will find, because we did just talk about these people too. So any of these words, we are going to put in obese and obesity. So any of these words is what is being searched for on Twitter right now, right? Out of these accounts, we are going to put in the CDC director. We are going to hit search. So right now we are searching for either obese or obesity, the word obese or obesity, from the CDC director, Rachel Walensky. Now, she has not always had this account. She only got this account in 2021, I believe, or 2020. 2021. She's when she got this account because it was before Robert Redford, the other CDC director, right? If you go to latest, the last time this account for the CDC director, the director of the Center for Disease Control, used the word on Twitter, obese or obesity, was November 12th of 2019. Now, I'm sorry, but you would think that something that impacts just health in general, like I mean the generalized population, the generalized health of the population, as 80 to 90% of all healthcare burden disease is chronic illness related and chronic disease related, and 80 to 90% of that is all lifestyle driven, including obesity. So you would think that since a humongous chunk of the burden on the healthcare system would be, in fact, from obesity, that the Centers for Disease Control director would, in fact, discuss it semi-fucking regularly, but they haven't discussed it in over 2 fucking years. So I would challenge anybody to find any video clip of her discussing this, or even Mr. Redford discussing it in 2020. Especially when you consider that they are also listing climate change as a health crisis at the Centers for Disease Control. But if you actually take a strong look, they don't mention it at all. So I just fucking found that kind of fucking interesting. But let me go here. Profile. That's me. In case you want to follow me, the MFing COO. And that's us. Woohoo! And then we're not talking about your health. That's me posting about that. Oh, by the way, no, I'll be talking about some of these things much later. Trying to find, and this is, by the way, if you want to catch my thoughts and opinions on all sorts of shit, this is where you would fucking, this is where you would catch it, on my Twitter, and here it is. Okay. So, obese people add an extra 1.149 tons per year of carbon dioxide emissions, or 20% more than the average lean person in carbon emissions. That is a lot. I mean, just so everybody understands, that is a fucking shit ton. 20% more. So basically, if half of the population, we could do the math, but because if you don't believe me, you can definitely do the math. But here it is. Boom. This is the one I wanted. Okay. The environmental footprint of obesity, this is done in December 2019. This is the study that they were talking about, disclosures, blah, blah, blah. Abstract: emissions of greenhouse gases are linked to global warming and adverse climate change effects. Meeting the needs of the increased number of people on the planet presents a challenge for reducing the GHG burden, the greenhouse gas burden. A further challenge might be the size of the average person on the planet and the increased number of people with excess body weight. We use data on GHG emissions from various sources and estimated that obesity is associated with a 20% greater increased GHG emissions compared with normal weight states. On global scale, obesity contributes to the extra greenhouse gas emissions of 49 megatons per year of CO2 equivalent. This is, by the way, 2019. This is before we got really fucking fat. From oxidative metabolism due to greater metabolic demands, 361 megatons per year of CO2 from food production processes due to increased food intake, and 290 megatons per year of CO2 of automobile and air transmission due to greater body weight. Therefore, a total impact of obesity extra emissions of 700 megatons per year of carbon dioxide emissions, which is about 1.6% of the worldwide greenhouse gas emissions. In as much as obesity is an important contributor to global greenhouse gas emissions, burden strategies to reduce its prevalence should prioritize efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Accordingly, reducing obesity may have considerable benefits for both public health and environment. So when people act like I'm the fucking evil one, when people like literally try to pretend because they cannot face the fucking reality of their own fucking station, that when I say obesity is a fucking burden upon society, it is a burden upon the person, it is a burden upon all of their family and friend circle, and it is a burden upon their fucking country when it comes to supporting the ill health it leads to, and it is a burden upon the fucking planet by the overconsumption and the fucking waste that it produces, yet alone the carbon dioxide it produces. I mean, that doesn't even get into waste, landfills, all sorts of extra shit that you're putting in there. If you're consuming twice the fucking food waste is also there too. Twice the fucking packaging, twice the fucking this, it's also there in landfills and shit like that. I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, I don't understand how anybody, and I mean anybody, can argue this. Like, I know that it's easy to paint me as the fucking evil one. And I know that it's easy to paint me, he's just some dumb fucking bald musclehead, tattoos all over him, fucking blah, blah, blah. You fucking name it. I challenge everybody, including the fucking CDC director, including fucking Dr. Anthony, whatever his fucking name is. I challenge anybody to tell me how the reduction of obesity in our population is not one of the fucking leading things that we should fucking do, yet alone it is being completely ignored by these people. It is being, as you saw, it is being completely ignored by the CDC director for 2 fucking years. And that's 2 different CDC directors. The very second the fucking pandemic hit, they fucking stopped talking about it, when in fact it should have been the fucking thing we were talking about. I could have saved hundreds of thousands of fucking lives likely around the fucking world. I'm telling you right now, and this is not to sound fucking arrogant, but I could have done a vastly better job of public health than what we fucking had, than what we fucking did. A vastly fucking better job. There would be much less lives lost. There would have been many, many more lives saved, and the planet would be fucking better off. We would be in a better financial situation. I could save trillions of dollars a fucking year, trillions of fucking dollars a year in healthcare expenditure that we all fucking share. I'm not trying to say this like I'm some fucking genius, because these are not original ideas. This is their fucking data. Just put logic to it, and many people have them, not just me. I'm not some fucking genius. I'm just one that's not fucking a pussy and will fucking say it out loud. And I'm the one that will risk having my channel subscribers go up and down, because the very second I talk about us actually fucking getting people healthy, they don't want that shit. They absolutely do not want that fucking shit at all. They do not want healthy fucking people. If they wanted healthy people, do you think the CDC director might be mentioning fucking obesity occasionally? Maybe. Just a fucking occasionally? Seeing as how the vast majority of the burden on our fucking healthcare system is lifestyle illness related? Maybe. I mean, what the fuck, people? I have no problem with it being like me, Mark, and Sean Torbati from Ambrosia. We're talking about this today, texting back and forth. If they're not going to do it, we'll just do it our fucking selves. Be tuned. We've got shit coming to help people fucking reduce their goddamn body weight, save fucking money. Like, if you're eating twice the amount of fucking food that you should be fucking eating, that's twice the amount of fucking money you're spending. And in today's world, that's going to get really fucking expensive, really fucking quickly. I mean, it's going to get fucking massively expensive, like to a fucking tremendous fucking degree. If we can come up with a way for you to be able to cut your food consumption down by fucking 30 to 40 fucking %, that saves you a shit ton of fucking money. So we're fucking ready to help people do that shit too. Because here's the fucking reality, people. We need to do something, because other people are not. Other people are not in any fucking way going to possibly help these fucking people. Like, I mean, I know that most of them don't even want my help. Most of them don't even want to fucking hear it. But in reality, society needs everybody to fucking wake the fuck up and stop being all in their fucking fifis and actually do some shit as if you're a fucking responsible human being. Like, a lot of you motherfuckers that got kids out there, what the fuck do you think is going to happen to your children in 20 years if we keep going on this fucking path? Wake the fuck up. What's wrong with your asses? Holy shit. I'm going to answer a few questions, and we're going to talk back and forth, and maybe I'll fucking get riled up and we'll talk about some other shit. But I'm sorry, I can visibly prove just through logic. Here's the thing. If I exhale carbon dioxide based on my inhale. If I have to inhale more oxygen because I'm a fat fuck compared to a skinny fuck, because fat people can be fucks and skinny people can be fucks. Everybody can be a fuck. But if I'm going to inhale more and exhale more because of my fucking rotundness, it's going to be more carbon dioxide I'm putting out in the goddamn air. If I'm going to ingest twice the amount of food as somebody else, especially if it's processed food that then gets packaged in fucking petroleum-based packaging and shit like that, I mean, there's a big difference between going to a farmer's market or growing food in your fucking backyard. There's a big difference between that and then fucking eating Twinkies all goddamn day long or getting fucking McDonald's while you're sitting in a car hauling your fat fucking ass around with the engine running, sitting in fucking line because you cannot park your car possibly and walk the fucking McDonald's to get your fucking death burgers that I used to fucking love, by the way. I'll call myself out on that shit too. But you'll sit in a fucking drive-through line with your fucking motor running, waiting 15 fucking minutes because they have you pull up to the fucking line because they're not fucking ready, even though it's lunch rush for some fucking reason. So you're just sitting there burning fucking fossil fuel in your fucking car that's already burning more fossil fuel because your fat ass is in your fucking car. And then you're going to get individually packaged, wrapped fucking items from McDonald's or fucking Burger King and shit like that. You're telling me that's not how somehow more carbon footprint and more fucking, worse for the environment and causes more waste for the environment than if you fucking butchered your own meat down, if you bought a fucking loin yourself and then fucking got vegetables out of your own fucking garden or from a local fucking farmer? Like, it's just logic and reality. Like it's not the world of unicorn rainbows and fucking shitting out glitter from the fucking sky. It's actual reality, which is we need to enter into in a very fucking quick way because shit's getting fucking crazy. Like, I didn't think that we could, it's like 2020 and 2021. We're like, oh, wow, this is some crazy fucking times. And 2022 is like, hold my fucking beer. Fucking crazy. Your thumbnail, gosh, you're savage. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Now you're hungry. Don't eat. 400 calorie brownies they sell in the grocery store. 400 calorie fucking brownies. No shit. Well, thinking about it, how to eat 4,000 calories makes me icky. Now I'm going to postpone my dinner. My brain is stuck on cheesecake now. Sorry about that. They want to pretend it's not their fault. They do. They want to pretend like it's not their fault. I just released a harsh truth video, which I hope you guys are liking the harsh truth series. I'm going to just keep the harsh truths going until they fucking. And that's why the fucking subscriber count started going down again, by the way. Harsh truth videos that get 98 to 100% approval ratings on the like-dislike tabs because I can still see that info. These things get all that, like they're widely popular, but then all of a sudden I'm fucking losing subscribers again. Fuck you. What fucking happens? But yeah, they want to view it as like it's not their fucking fault. How many cucumbers being 4,000 calories? More than you could probably eat in a fucking day. That's for sure. I find it sick. I find if I stick to real food, sorry about that, over 1,000 calories is hard to do. I feel like I'm doing nothing but eating. I hate it. Some lean meats in there would fucking add that. True. I work in a restaurant and food waste is so sad. Overconsumption of food means no respect of food. Exactly. Every time you say the F word, I'm going to eat a donut. That's pretty fucking pathetic. That's pretty fucking pathetic. Just fucking, I'm just gonna let you know that. It's fucking kind of fucking sad. Every time somebody does something you realize how fucking weak that sounds, right? I hope you're joking. I hope you're joking. In other words, in the words of Papa Swolio, it's easier to change your hashtag than to change your lifestyle. I like that. Go Papa. Would you say fatness is the most harmful thing in today's world? Absolutely, 100%. Obesity, obesity and the overconsumption that leads to it is by far the most damaging thing to our fucking society, period. Absolutely. When you consider how bad it is for the planet, how bad it is for mental health, how bad it is that on a cost level basis, especially in America, it is absolutely the fucking worst thing that we can fucking do. Especially ignoring it. Sugary cereals for breakfast, Mickey D's for lunch, candy bar for after dinner snack. That will get you close to dinner, plus multiple sodas. When I watch you, I'm just getting dragged more left. Sweet. Go be fucking completely fucking crazy. All the fuck you want, you fucking whack nut. Like or not, Alan is speaking facts. Exactly. Facts. Okay, bro. What's not facts? You fucking weak ass piece of shit. 133 cucumbers. 400 cucumbers. That's a lot. Yeah, it's facts. I mean, I love it how like the ha 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 facts, like I mean, like as if it's not, but they don't offer any fucking facts in retort. I mean, let's see here. Let's see. Enter Neil, would you like to come on live with me? Let me know. I'm going to scroll down. Ignore the trolls. I know. Ignore the trolls. Straight facts. Let's see here. Selena, hello everyone. I was able to run more than half an hour on the treadmill today. That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome. Every time Alan is mean, I'm going to eat my feelings. That's funny. I like it. And the people that were just upset by how I said that, I was just reading off the fucking thing. You can see it. Okay? Fucking. Really like the harsh truth videos. Thanks, Alan. It's sad that what obesity has become. Thank you very much. I fucking appreciate it. You can buy seeds, but instead of food stamps, my thing is, and this is no shit, we should grow food instead of lawns. Instead of growing grass that has nothing, it is no benefit besides aesthetics. It has no benefit at all. It actually fucking sucks the nutrients out of the fucking ground. Instead of growing that, we should grow perennials. Sweet potatoes grow year after year after year. There's tons of fucking herbs and things like that that have medicinal and nutritional purposes that we could grow in everybody's lawn. Everybody's lawn should be food, not fucking grass. Everybody's lawn should be food, not fucking grass. I mean, it to a great degree. I think we should tax the obese. They're already taxed, just to be honest, because they fucking have very poor like quality of life. They really, really do. Obesity is basically slow suicide. It absolutely is. Yum grass. No shit. So glad I can catch a live. Haley, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Your toxic masculinity and swimming pool was the reason I vote left. Don't you get it? You know what? Here's the thing. If you're going to troll, like, do it, like, try. Like, that fucking sounds fucking weak. You know what I mean? It almost like makes me think like you don't agree with any of that. You're just saying it just to be the troll to get attention. And I don't mind trolls. I actually do a thing called cultivating the trolls because I think that it's interesting when people themselves when they do not like me, I do not care. When somebody actually truly doesn't like me, I do not care. I would love to have a discussion live with a person that it disagrees with me, and we can discuss facts and we can go from there. The problem is most people on the left, on the far left, do not actually want to have conversations. They cannot back up their words, and they definitely cannot back up their words in retrospect to what I say, which is based on statistics, facts, reality, and my opinions thereupon. They just fucking want to hissy fit. So this doesn't even look like you're hissy fitting. This just looks like you're just like an actual troll that might even fucking agree with me. That's just trying to fucking troll the fucking crowd. And that's just kind of fucking weakness, you know? I mean, you can do better than that. A decade ago, when my mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, we shaved 150 pounds off of her, got her metabolically healthy, and we did it over the course of 2 years. The goof gave her the sniffles. Good. I'm lifting right now, trying to get off that 40 pounds I gained during quarantine. Make sure you're watching your nutrition. Try to stay away from ultra-processed carbohydrates as much as humanly possible. Miss Boss, what's up? How you doing? Cesar Torres, if everyone's lawn was growing food, more people would naturally exercise by simply working on their lawns. Great idea. It is. If we would connect ourselves back with sourcing our own food again to a certain degree, it would help everybody. I support universal health care when the obesity rate drops below 15. I would say when the obesity rate drops below 5%, then I support universal health care. Not until. Love tuning in and watching your lives. Appreciate you and your content. Thank you very much, Fatima. Mentioning toxic masculinity and left in the same sentence are making people not vote for the left. Some of the same normals too. I know. So I like you. I think you're strict and straight to the point. Okay, but I mean, you acted like I wasn't speaking facts. So I would love to hear which things you disagree with and you to present your opposing facts. Funny that those are the reasons to vote left because everyone knows they aren't any real reasons to. Funny. Imagine making your political decisions based off of pure spite for a person. A lot of people did that this past time. Look how that's turned out. Just saying. You should become a commentary channel and talk about people like Ethan Klein. He's someone who has been on a diet multiple times, but is consistently eating on his show. Are you talking about H3? Why would I talk about that fat slob? He's a fucking weak ass motherfucker. Like, all he's going to do is try to have his audience. If he would acknowledge me, he would have his audience say something he would say something to his audience about me. A bunch of other weak people would try to come over and fucking troll the channel. They would fucking mass report it. I have no problem talking about him because I think he's a fucking idiot. I've tagged him multiple times on Twitter. But to fucking just sit there and straight talk about somebody eating, like, I think he's got fucking food problems. I don't dislike obese people. I feel bad for them. I think he is a particularly fucking horrible individual. I don't like him that way because he's just fucking, he's fucking sad. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I won't preach it too much, but cutting back on the amount of meat we eat will help your body and the environment because it decreases the amount of animal culture, which is bad for that's completely off base. I'm just letting you know that. And I understand it if you do this for a living, but also how many animals are killed by growing crops? How many squirrels? How many how much rabbits? Like what by growing crops like that? How much a problem is that? I do believe people should hunt their own food a lot more often, or raise their own food a lot more often, even raise their own chickens and shit like that. I do believe we should move much more towards a rural type of environment. But I do believe that meat should be pasture fed, not grain fed, because the growing of the extra grain and the killing of land that way does affect it too. But to think that in any way, the vast majority of people that overconsume calories, just because I know this isn't actually what you see, but the vast majority of people that overconsume calories overconsume ultra-processed carbohydrates and sugar to a great degree. Probably to a large, almost 75 to 80% of the overconsumption is in ultra-processed carbohydrates and those sorts of things. We need to feed them something that's going to satiate them. If they would increase their protein, their lean meats and everything like that, the reduction in what else they would eat. If we could take a person's diet from being 10% protein from animal products and move it to 30% protein from animal products and reduce the entire allotment of it down by 50%, the increase of 20% of animal products and the decrease of the 50% in ultra-processed carbohydrates, the packaging, processing, everything like that of it would be more beneficial. So while I understand what you're saying that per ounce maybe it is worse by animal production, we were meant to eat meat. Like people that don't fare well nutritionally. So, however, when you look at it from the way of if you actually reduce down the total amount of food these people ate, like your stance takes it that if we took what everybody eats right now and reduced down the amount of meat that was done, it would be better if that was replaced with food. The problem is people just eat too fucking much, and they're going to need to eat more meat to satiate themselves to not eat the rest of that. So I get what you're saying, but it is what it is. Pretty sure Alan is right wing though. Alan is center based. Alan believes in many fucking things that are progressive ideas and many fucking things that are conservative ideas, and always fucking have. My fucking stances, you can even check, have not fucking changed at fucking all. I am not right wing by any stretch of the fucking imagination. I am a fucking citizen. I have used the hashtag reelect. I used the hashtag reelect nobody in 2020 back in 2018. I am absolutely not a fucking right wing person. I can guarantee you this: I'm not going to vote for anybody from the fucking left until they get their fucking shit together and stop pandering and fucking trying to lock people down and take away people's rights, because they are the anti-freedom party. They are right now, and that is somebody that's voted many times for Democrats in the past, many times. So I'm an independent voter. I'm not right wing. Fucking trying to paint me that way is kind of fucking sad, actually. I was able to catch a live. I'm far left, so what? I just think people shouldn't have swimming pools when people starve. You're fucking weird ass fuck. My grandpa talked to me about liberty. Then you would hate the entirety of fucking Florida. I mean, everybody in Florida you'd hate. So my grandpa talked to me about Liberty Gardens. He and his neighbor would have maintained together during the Great Depression and war. Can we bring those back? We absolutely should bring those back. Let's see. Whoops. Leftist ideas only work when we look at themselves and society as a whole. Coming from someone from the left, people still need to take responsibility. Absolutely. People are free to spend their hard-earned money however they want. I completely agree. What's wrong with swimming? I'd have no idea. Replying, I missed what you said. Nothing wrong, but don't buy something most people don't have. So, okay. Then that eliminates a lot of people buying a lot of fucking food. You just advocated for a lot of people eating half of what they can fucking eat. So you just basically put everybody on a fucking 1,500 calorie diet. Don't buy McDonald's. People can't have that. I mean, like you're saying, most people, like, what the fuck? You fucking weirdo. What do leftists believe? Oh, whatever. We're not going to get into it. I mean, I'm not going to get into the semantics of it because, in retrospect, we very clearly, I mean, it is so clearly to see. Don't get me wrong, the right wing people got some fucking crazy shit that they fucking talk about too. But anybody that believes, truly believes, that we should go straight to electric cars based off lithium batteries that are dug out of the ground and then charged by fossil fuels instead of, I don't know, maybe growing hemp and switching to biodiesel and supporting local farmers that grow hemp. Instead of that, giving maybe hemp farmers 100% tax fucking break, so local hemp farms can then produce all of our fucking energy needs. Anybody that doesn't believe that we should be importing to have our own oil, be energy independent, right now the leftists are fucking off the fucking reservation, crazy fucks. So I'm sorry that you don't want to believe that, but the real world shows that it are. We are literally at war when we weren't before. So I'm sorry, but like I'm not even going to fucking humor that. So some of these comments are trolls. Exactly. I started eating better and taking morning walks. Christian, what's up, by the way? Started morning walks, feeling better. That's awesome. Mass insect death from pesticides is a huge problem. Truly is. Truly is. By the way, that's another reason why we should grow food, not fucking lawns, because it would help the bee population too. Just to be real. Meat is delicious and healthy. It certainly is. How you doing, Jessica? Here's my daily dose of truth today. Keep me on track. That's awesome. How hard is it to do 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight? It seems like a difficult task sometimes. I don't think so at all. Nobody binges on meat. I think it's a great idea to include in your diet. Me too. Yikes! That's the point of the garden. Yikes! What's the point of gardening if you can only grow grass? Hopefully in the rule. Yeah, no shit. Stop making this political. Jesus. Bye. Okay, I'm done with that. And Isabel, you can try another account. I just blocked that one. Okay. Fucking enough. True, the beef industry is a huge CO2 emitter, but that's mostly because the fast food industry, which of course is funded by the obesity problem. Yep. Exactly. But also, I mean, growing regular crops to feed them, I get that, like it should be grass fed, but also if we just cut down the amount of food people ate in general, that would do the fucking trick. Again, most people eat almost twice what they fucking should. It's fucking crazy. Alan is a realist, which is apparently right wing, these days. No shit. That's what I find amazing. People are like, "Oh my god, he's the right wing." He's for a while they were calling me alt right because I said we shouldn't give up rights for a cold. Because I still think that. Look where we're at now. Don't give away your rights because they're not going to get given back. There's going to constantly be another emergency every single fucking time. It's going to happen. The realist party based on I completely agree. Anyway, okay. So instead of going back and forth, I am going to answer. Anyway, Casey the most. What's up, Casey? How the fuck you doing? We eat simple beans, rice, and salad. That's amazing. I'm going to do some Q&A. So anybody have any questions directly about your nutrition, diet, anything like that, so we can help reduce some carbon emissions would be fucking awesome. I will take all fucking questions. Here we go. What is hilarious are the people who believe that global vegan diet is sustainable. The amount of land needed would be to feed 7.8 billion people. I mean, I do think this also. Like when people think I'm all right, like I believe in all sorts of alternative energy sources too. I believe everything should be on the table. I don't think we should look past fossil fuels because we're not there, but I do think we should try our very best to convert to biodiesel. I don't understand why we're fucking digging up lithium out of the fucking ground when we could literally just convert to biodiesel. I think we should focus on tidal energy. We should focus on hydro and solar, and we should refine wind to the point where it's more efficient and doesn't fucking crap out when it's cold. Those things I think are very fucking important. I do think people should conserve energy as much as humanly fucking possible. But what the fuck? I mean, we can't just fucking all of a sudden throw a switch and act like it's not going to fucking destroy society You can't be like, okay, we're just gonna go away from fossil fuels now. No, motherfucker, that's not how that shit works at all. I mean, to any fucking degree, we are very sickly as people, like very sickly. People need to be able to get transportation. People need to be able to get the fucking thing, you know. Let's see. How much belly fat would I need to reduce to have visible abs? I am 5'2", girl, 117 pounds. I could have no idea because I have no idea how you're fucking built. I have no idea how much muscle mass you have or like your structure or anything like that. I do think that women that shouldn't focus necessarily on having abs because for a lot of women that is at a low enough body fat percentage where it can actually fuck up your cycle, and that is not healthy. That is not healthy. Yes, help me. I need to lose my pouchy tummy. I've had a cesarean. I work out. I was meant to have a tummy tuck. I mean, it's not that bad. I can't wear bikinis. You can wear bikinis. You should, if you want to wear bikinis. You should not be self-conscious about it. You should wear whatever the fuck makes you feel comfortable. I will say that right off the fucking bat. I don't understand why that's a fucking thing for people. Fucking if you do you. If you don't want to wear them, that's fine. But it shouldn't be because you're self-conscious. Who fucking gives a fuck? I mean, to me, body weight and stuff like that is about health, not aesthetics. I'm just going to be real honest. Like, don't get me wrong, I like looking good, and on my 51st birthday, which I'm going to start doing a series, by the way. I'm going to start doing a series about for people on our app. Basically, I'm going to go through my entire training on our app, and the book we're going to be releasing here very shortly, probably hopefully within the next week and a half. But the book we're going to be releasing will get you access to the app for a month, and then you can choose to stay onto the app. And I'm going to do a whole series on my daily supplementation, my daily food intake, and my workouts every single day on the fucking app. And it is going to be based around me, like just being as healthy as I can and what I'm doing for to hit the goal of being in like the best shape I've ever been in on my 51st birthday. Because last year my goal was to be in the best shape I was on my 50th birthday, and I did a pretty fucking good job, I must say. And this year is going to make it even harder, but that's what I like. I like to challenge myself. But if you've had a cesarean, there could be all sorts of issues there. You might want to talk to your doctor too, because if you're talking about like the accumulation around the scar tissue of fatty tissue, that could be a matter of the actual the dermis, like how the dermis is set up. So you would need to check with your doctor about that, just to be real. It would take something like 2.5 hours to feed us all. Something, correct me, don't get me wrong. I don't know about the exact number. There was a cool study that looked at trapping the methane production from landfills to use for fuel and power. I have no idea why we don't do that, just to be fucking honest. Anybody, and I mean anybody that has ever been in a poultry plant, the reason why I cannot fucking eat chicken at all, I mean, I can't even get it to my mouth. The thought of it just grosses me out, was because I visited a poultry plant when I worked in healthcare, because I was part of the team that signed the contracts for procurement of proteins for my company, and it was so fucking disgusting. I never ate chicken again. It's ridiculous. And I used to eat a lot of fucking chicken. That's not true. If we eliminate eating animal flesh, it would reduce the land we use feeding the cattle that is being bred into existence. However, it would increase the amount of land used for the crops grown for the ultra-processed carbohydrates and shit like that, which use pesticides that kill off all sorts of other things, including insects and all like that. If we could just have people satiate themselves and eat less food in general, instead of just focusing on the meat, because I can tell you, meat is the most satiating food you're going to eat. If we don't, especially if we stick with ultra-processed carbohydrates, people are just going to fucking eat themselves into illness. Continue to eat themselves into illness. That is reality. The people that eat the lowest protein per pound of body mass are obese people normally. The people that eat the lowest amount of animal products per pound of body mass are normally obese people. They are the source of the most fucking carbon emissions out of everybody. We just actually went over it. It's reality and logic. I know it's hard to understand, but if they ate half as many carbohydrates from ultra-processed carbohydrates and sugar and shit like that, from that being grown, we can reduce that production in half, and they could eat just a little bit more meat, which would only introduce the feed for those products just a little bit more. Okay? And it would reduce down the carbon emissions for hauling their fat asses around, the transportation, everything like that. It's not just about the crops grown, it's the production, the transportation, everything like that. you're viewing it in a vacuum, and that's not going to work. It would be different if we weren't sloth and gluttonous as a society. But these people, the people that eat the most food, don't eat the most meat. They eat the most ultra processed carbohydrates, and they are the ones that have a greater than lean person carbon emission of up to 20%. It just is fucking reality. I'm sorry. Get your logic there. Get there faster. Logic a little hard. Logic just once. It won't hurt. Trust me. I promise. Anyway, we aren't digging up the lithium. Lithium. The children in Africa are. Very good point. Very good point. How do I curb my addiction to Red Bull slowly? I've tried switching to Coca-Cola, which is just as fucking horrible. It's just you're ingesting chemicals because it has less sugar and overall calories and caffeine. I know it's still bad. What should I do after that? You should try to limit yourself to one a day maximum, and then half a day, and then fucking wean yourself all the way off of it. You should realize that's food that serves you no purpose at all. Now, don't get me wrong. I drink a little bit of coffee every day. It's not like I don't drink caffeine. And caffeine is actually biologically shown to actually have some positive health effects, taken in good context. But if you're addicted to it sounds like me, you're addicted to the fucking sugar and the rush and shit like that. So that's what I would fucking address. We can help you. By the way, that's another thing too. I wanted to pump our coaching. I haven't talked about it here all fucking the entire fucking time. But here is, and in the pinned comment you can see it, but here is a link to our coaching. You can also get a 30-minute consultation. I highly suggest you do. That way you get the app for a month. And you also get a 30-minute consultation with me personally. And then we'll be able to fucking determine whether you wouldn't need coaching. I can give you tips. I can answer questions, anything like that. So have a good, you can check that out. I have a question regarding the 30-minute one-on-one consultations. Are people allowed to get these every so often as a one-time thing instead of doing one more structured plans? Of course. No. You can get one once a month. I wouldn't give a fuck. Or you can. I mean, absolutely. We actually have several people that do that. They pay for a consultation each month, and they just have and then they fucking have the app for a month, and they're in the hunger, and it gives you access to hunger management support group too, and shit like that. So absolutely. I have a pretty low muscle mass. The only muscle I have is working on my arms. Also, I sometimes care more about my looks than health. I'm sorry. It happens. A lot of people do, especially younger people in our society, because that's why we're in the state we're in, where people just only want to be found pretty. They don't give a fuck about their health. That's where the fat acceptance movement is from. They just want to be found pretty. They don't want to hear about how they're eating themselves and gluttoning themselves and mass portion into fucking illness, which burdens all of society and the planet, of course, as we're discussing. They don't want to hear about that. They just want people to tell them they're pretty. So it fucking happens. If I was you, since you have a low muscle mass, I would work on just trying to maintain your weight the way you are, keeping your calories the way you are, and I would try to build muscle mass, hire a trainer in person. I don't actually do that kind of hypertrophy training and coaching. I more help people with healthy habits than anything. But that's what I would focus on. A few. James Fober. James. Does having more muscle mass cause your body to be hotter temperature-wise? It depends on the person. Some people yes, some people no. I personally feel a lot colder, but that's because you have less insulation, I believe. If all vegan diet was implemented worldwide, it would destroy the environment. It absolutely would crush it. Absolutely crush it. I'm in my 50s. Good for you. Me too. C-section scars often have adhesions, which makes the area. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you, Drella. Thank you. I appreciate it. I could not fucking get that out. The ADHD was like fucking just fucking glitching. I always get cravings for fast food after work. I eat breakfast potatoes. I would stay away from the potatoes. I would try. And this is part of just the hunger management method, which is coming out in the book, the Beyond Willpower, the hunger management method. Try your first meal of the day. Try to be all protein, healthy fat. Second meal, a little bit more protein with some green veggies, spinach, broccoli, something like that. Non-starchy vegetables. And then for your dinner meal, have protein the size of your fist, vegetables the size of your two fists put together, and then starch, vegetable starch, the side of your side fist. And then at night, if you still want something, and you're still eating at a level that's going to maintain your weight, you can have something a little bit sweet, sometimes a few times a week. That's what I do. How do I curb my cravings for fast food? Stop eating it. I eat hash browns and taco seasonings and bell peppers in the morning with eggs. Then I have a salad and leftovers for lunch. But what should I do at 4 hours later? You should eat real food that you cook for yourself, not fast food. If you, I mean, here's the thing: you can't be if you eat fast food multiple times a week, you are not serious about your health. Let's just put that. Do I like free range chicken? I will do free range turkey. I will still not do free range chicken. They're just filthy fucking animals. Now, if I grew up, if the world went crazy, I'd have a fucking chicken coop in my fucking backyard, have some guinea hen chicken coop, and I'd fucking eat those motherfuckers along with the eggs. That's for sure. Because beggars can't be choosy, and the world's getting ready to be a bunch of beggars. So, the power of fuel costs needed to harvest would be impossible and catastrophic. Exactly. I want to be under 200 pounds and completely off nicotine by my 31st birthday in July. Dakota, we can fucking help you. I can help you with both of those things. For fucking real. Most grazing land isn't suitable for crops. Okay, I completely agree. I thank you for pointing that out too, by the way. There are whole communities that depend on meat to have their nutrients for difficult times. Completely. Animals can use the non-arable land as well, can't they? Do you advocate working out during pregnancy? I advocate you talking to your doctor about that to a great degree, because that is a determination for your doctor for each individual person. Imagine thinking the whole world can go vegan when people entire lives spend on like no shit. It's fucking crazy. I mean, you're factually incorrect. You would need to demolish the rainforest, use Australia and several other continents to produce enough food then? Exactly. I mean, people just don't get it. People do not understand. So wheat prices are going up. Maybe that'll increase the price of junk food. No, it won't. The government will just probably subsidize that shit. You watch. Hi, Alan. How effective is coaching as a gift for another person versus paying for it for yourself, as people are as likely to commit to it? You know, that depends on the person, Lauren. I mean, we've had very, very great success where people have gifted it to other people, and the person has not only done well with coaching, but they've done well, and we've kept in contact forever. But we've also, and this is just me being honest, but we've also had people just not fucking ever sign in that have been gifted coaching. I mean, Lauren, I'm just being super, super honest. I would have a discussion with that person first, so they know what to expect. Okay. I eat a plant-based diet. I get so skinny. If I eat a plant-based diet, I get so skinny. I don't know why. Probably because you're not getting enough protein. I mean, just to be fucking super honest, if you eat a plant-based diet where the plant base is actually you just eat plants, it's hard to fucking ingest a lot of fucking calories. You got to get some beans and rice in you to be able to fucking get enough calories. If you just eat salad and fucking broccoli all fucking day, it's not a lot of fucking calories. It's extremely fucking calorically sparse. If you eat like Lizzo, fried vegan crap, you're going to be fat as fuck, like Lizzo. I mean, it's just reality, you know? But also, it is very hard, very, very, very hard to get the proper protein allowance, especially if you stay away from beans and rice, which a lot of vegans do. A lot of vegans don't eat beans, which is fucking crazy. And the processing in vegan food is fucking horrendous nowadays. It's fucking horrendous. I have a hard time staying off of Coca-Cola. A lot of people do. That's sugar and caffeine addiction together. It literally serves nothing. It serves no fucking purpose whatsoever. Protein the size of a fish, vegetables the size of two fish, and carbs the size of a side fish, right? Yep, that's for dinner. Protein, vegetables, vegetable starch, even rice, like rice or potato, sweet potato, side of your fist. Anyway, we're about to be done here, guys. A little over an hour, and I've got shit I got to get done. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. I am going to post in one more time. Here's our coaching special. Some of the most unhealthy people I've known have been vegan. Same here. Same fucking here. Let's see. My worst addiction is protein bars. They have been harder to kick than traditional junk food. It's because, one, protein bars, people need to understand, protein bars, a lot of people use them as meal replacements, and then all of a sudden they become just a snack. And it's a 250-calorie snack oftentimes. That's a huge fucking snack. Humongous snack. Anyway. If I stay 14 days without sugar, would you accept Diet Coke? I just think that like it's a fucking crutch. It's going to make you go back to the other thing. Diet Coke's not good for you either. It's fucking. I know people that are very sick from being fucking addicted to it. I would fucking very, 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 very much just think you should fucking adult and try to fucking quit it. Like actually start doing some adulting. So, Christian, what's up, man? Send me a message at some point in time. Am I shadowbound here? No, man. I'm just flipping past shit. I see you, bro. I see you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I missed you. I'm sorry. I missed a few asked questions, dude. Ask one right now. But you're addicted. Get help for your addiction. We often we have a client we're helping right now get off sugar addiction. So just for you, James. Hey, Mark Malloy, how you doing? Just for you, James. Here's the coaching special. You can fucking sign up right now. Let me make sure nobody got the fucking special for the day. Let me make sure nobody picked that up already. We have one more slot if somebody for the day if somebody wants to fucking pick it up. Hey, Alan, what are your views on school cafeteria foods with the educational side of nutrition? I'm aware it's complete garbage. What are your thoughts? It's horrific. Now, the way that's set up, because my own company I used to work for also had a division that did that. The National School Lunch Program is set up where there is a main and an alternate meal at all times. And those are dietitian-derived menus. So basically, they go off of the servings you need. And even then, it's based off the food pyramid of the My Plate thing, which is very fucking much ultra processed carbohydrate driven, grain driven, which is already a problem. But the main and the alternate meal are made very, very small. But there's also the side stations which are processed chicken tenders, French fries, a lot of fried food, a lot of pizza, a lot of stuff like that, which is what the majority of the sales at any high school cafeteria are, is the chicken tenders, fries, and pizza and burgers. That's the majority of what they eat. If they just gave the main and the alternate, one, it would reduce down waste costs because then the people could. I mean, it is what it is. You don't have a whole bunch of other items you're making and possibly cause waste. But two, it would help people be healthier. I stay in a caloric deficit, but I have stopped losing. Then you're not in a caloric deficit anymore. I was addicted to sweeteners once. Don't replace sugar with sweeteners unless it's in small quantities. I completely agree. I barely taste the flavor of sweet in a given day. Barely. I'm not drinking water these days. Then you're gonna fucking die sometime soon. I mean, if you're trolling, you're doing a weak job of it. So, I'm a sugar addict. The head of Sugar since July. It is possible. Jessica, you're doing fucking amazing. Amazing. Watching from Italy. What's up, motherfucker? Thank you. My 5-year-old stepdaughter's school's lunch meals is vomit-inducing. They're fucking horrible. I know. On the top of the cafeteria food, my school serves white bread and vegetables and cheese wrapped in wraps and sweet pastries outside of lunch. What do you think of that? They're also serving grain bread though. I think that they fucking. I also think that it's still that they should stick with the basics. They shouldn't be too much grain is not going to be good for these kids. And it's if you still have one of the high schools that they have a fucking soda machine in, it's fucking horrible. Anything better than a few eggs for breakfast? What about? I eat about 25 eggs a week. I I see no issue with that. I eat eggs fairly fucking often. I'd rather eggs than fucking bread 100% of the time. You a savage. I'm just me. So it is what it is. But anyway, we're at an hour, almost an hour and 8 minutes. I am out of here tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know what the live is going to be, but I will announce it at some point in time, probably later on today. I'll have it up. I do highly appreciate you checking that shit out. And I hope everybody has a great motherfucking day. And again, if you're a morbidly obese person, please stop fucking up the environment. God damn.